Hey guys, Jared Wesley here of Live Traders, and it is that time of the week. It is lecture time, and this week's lecture is a little bit sweet for me because I get a little bit of redemption on you guys. You see, I do these lectures nearly every week, okay, and I try to pick a relevant topic. Well, about a year ago, I picked a topic that was unusual for me, kind of outside of my lane, so to speak. But because I'm such a big proponent, such a big fan of technical trading charts, I felt very comfortable talking about this topic because I read charts, okay? And I apply common sense to my investing as well. And that topic was Bitcoin. Bitcoin. You heard me. Bitcoin. And you guys that have watched my videos know that I don't talk about digital currency or Bitcoin very often. And as you guys also know, it's all the rage right now. I mean, that's right. It was just a shade over a year ago that I did a video on Bitcoin, and I'm going to add some of that to this video as well so you can kind of see some of my comments from last year, which I'll get to in just a second. But before I get to all that, I wanted to read some of the comments below the video because apparently I don't know my ass from a hole in the wall, apparently. So let's do that for a minute. So just bear with me. I'll put some of these on the screen. Dang. This is from Jay Major. Dang. Looks like teacher should have a seat at the student desk this time. Still time to delete. Okay, that's a good one. Something is telling me that this is not going to age well. Let's read some more. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general will not be stopped. Whales are accumulating right now. That was a year ago. Let's read a couple more. Me, an intellectual, all in on cryptocurrencies. Wow, that's a good one. You missed the number one quality which gives Bitcoin value. Its limited supply, making it the only deflationary asset we have. Let's keep going. I like these, okay? I always liked your educational content so far, but you have a long way to go in understanding what decentralization and blockchain can do. Do I? These are really, really, really good. In fact, here's one. The president of El Salvador himself made Bitcoin a legal tender last week. How's that going for all the citizens of El Salvador? Right? Let's keep going. There's a few more. I mean, guys, I have pages and pages and pages of these. It's not just these people saying they like it. The Fortune 500 companies are adopting it. Heavy Bitcoin machines are all over the United States already. It's already adopted, bro. Thanks, bro. All right? People will be kicking themselves in a few weeks if they miss the opportunity to buy and invest in Bitcoin. Nothing about El Salvador making it legal tender? Question mark. You don't know much about Bitcoin. Wow. Oh, and one last thing. Watch how poorly this video will age. For reference, current price, $38,600. That was a year ago. Let's a couple more. Stick to what you know, dude. Wow. Okay, you guys having fun with these yet? Should I read some more? You know what? I'm going to read a couple more, and I'll tell you why. Because the last two are genius. This guy clearly has no idea what he's talking about, and he works in finance. Bold, capital, LOL, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Really? Okay. Instructions, unclear. All in. What the feck are you talking about? Stop now. And finally, there was one person, I have to admit, I'm going to give you credit here, Peter, one person who actually watched the video objectively and understood where I was going with this. And this person said, lots of sound advice in this video. Gamblers don't get it. Should we have a moment of silence for the 38,600 Bitcoiners that own it at 38,600? What's that? Oh, it just crossed 20,000 during this video. It was at 19,400 this morning. It just crossed 20. Congratulations, all you people who bought it at 38,000 last year and 40,000. I'm the idiot. Who's your daddy? How do you like them apples? No, I'm not here actually to say that to you guys. If you actually watched the video, and I hope you watched it all the way through, one of the main tenets that I said in the video was I am not opposed to Bitcoin. I said that, and I'll play it for you. I also said that if you're going to buy Bitcoin, never ever, and this goes for any investment, never ever put more than 10% of your entire portfolio into one asset, in this case, Bitcoin.
The rub. I would not be putting more than 10% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. If you have a $100,000 portfolio, I think $10,000 is the maximum amount you should invest in Bitcoin. Okay, if you have $1 million portfolio, 50 to 100,000. If you have a $1,000 portfolio, and if it's the last money you have, then I wouldn't put more than $100 into it. Now, if you have some play money, some speculation money is what I like to call it, then I think you can put some of that into Bitcoin. But do not put your entire portfolio into Bitcoin hoping, that you're going to be the Winklevoss twins, okay, or hoping that you're going to be Elon Musk, or hoping you're going to get rich quick.
All right, I wouldn't do it with Amazon, Microsoft, or Apple. So why would you do it with Bitcoin? Okay, it doesn't make common sense. There's a book right there called Professional Wealth Building Strategies. I wrote it, okay? It's an entire course on how to be wealthy. And you know what's not in that course? YOLO and diamond hands. There's not a single chapter on YOLO or diamond hands, okay? There is a little bit on GME and how foolish it was for people to buy it, okay? My point simply is all you get rich quick people out there, you're doing the opposite. You're just getting poor quick. Okay, I am not opposed to Bitcoin if you want to buy some Bitcoin, and I showed you in last year's video the levels in which you should look to buy it. In fact, I'm going to go to the screen here real soon and show you the same levels that I showed you last year. So for all of you who bought it at 40,000, well, that's a shame because it's half that right now, literally half that, okay? So the problem with the average person, and I'm trying to help you, I'm not trying to preach, okay, is that you're taking advice from people who don't know anything, okay? You're taking advice from your Uber driver, from your taxi driver, from your brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, from your father-in-law, all these people who maybe they read an article and they don't. I've spent my entire life in this industry, okay? My entire life, all right? So I understand how money works and how to build real wealth, all right? You don't do it by going all in on something. That's never the way it's done. It never will be the way it's done. Sure, there will always be a few people that get lucky and they buy Bitcoin at $1 and they only had to invest $1,000 and now they're rich. But that's going to be like 1/1000th of 1%, and it's not going to be you. The problem is everyone thinks they are the exception to the rule. You are not the exception to the rule, okay? That's the reason it's called the exception. But everyone thinks they are the exception to the rule. So if you go back and listen to last year's video, it was incredibly sound advice, incredibly good advice, okay? Never put more than 10% of your entire portfolio into one asset, okay? Tiptoe in, learn a little bit about it, read the chart. Don't listen to all your friends, they're broke. Let me say it again. The average person is broke. So most of the people who wrote those comments to me are broke. No, it's not being mean or rude. It's just telling you how it is. All right? So you don't want to take advice from average people because average people are, well, average. Okay? The average yearly income in America is like 65 grand a year for an entire family. And you're going to go out and take advice from those people. All right? So again, this isn't to be disrespectful towards anyone. It's to say that go back and listen to the video. In fact, I'll help you by linking it and putting it in here, and realize that the advice that you were given a year ago was probably the best advice you could have ever gotten. And had you not gone all in like I suggested, you'd still have some money left to maybe buy Bitcoin a little bit cheaper, like 50% cheaper this year. Okay? So again, it's not me being mean or rude or talking at you. It's just trying to say, you're not going to get rich quick. Almost nobody does, and it's not going to be you either. Okay, you're going to get there through hard work, through dedication, through being objective, and through being smart with your money. Most people are terrible with their money. Americans are terrible savers. They have terrible savings rate, and the average person retires at 72 years old with $171,000 in their bank account. It's in that course right there. Professional wealth building strategies right here. It's in that course, okay? I've done so much research for that 10-hour, 300-page course. I know a little bit about how people retire. The average Social Security check is $1,400 a month. You're not going to retire off that, so you better think about saving on your own. How to get to be able to retire at 60 or 65 or 70 is to start young. Don't be stupid, like go all in on Bitcoin, okay? Prioritize. Be smart. Save 10, 20, 30% of your income on a monthly basis. So I'm going to stop lecturing you at this point. I'm going to go in, take a look at the Bitcoin chart, and I'm going to show you some snippets of last year's video. But to all you guys out there, are you going to apologize in the comments section down below, or are you still diamond handing it? You still YOLOing it? What you going to do about it? So it was easy for you to go out and go, this isn't going to age well. Are you going to come back and say, I was wrong, Jared? I'm not saying Bitcoin can't go back to 50,000 next year. But from last year to this year, you have been wrong so far. Okay? And that's okay as long as you didn't go all in on it. And that's okay. If you did, I kind of feel bad for you. All right, so let's get to the video, guys. Let's take a look at some Bitcoin. If you like these videos, please click the like button, hammer that subscribe button. I am Jared Wesley of Live Traders. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so I'm not going to spend a long time on this because I think I have made my point crystal clear. But this is the chart of Bitcoin, okay? And this is the chart I think that most people look. Now, I understand there's a lot of different coins out there, but this is the one that most people seem to be most interested in. And we're sitting at 20,239 right now. And earlier today, Bitcoin was somewhere in the 19,000 range. So it's actually had a very good day today, right? A very good day. But when last I did this video, which was pretty much July of last year, as somebody said, Bitcoin was sitting at about 38,600. So somewhere around there, right? Somewhere around this line that I'm drawing, okay? Right in here, okay? And it dipped below 30,000 and then it ripped back up close to 70,000. And since 70,000, it has lost quite a bit of value, okay? And this is exactly why you never go all in on something like this, all right? And that's true for any investment. The only investment that I would consider going, quote, all in on is a total market fund like VTI or VOO or VTSAX, something that encompasses the entire market, because the odds of the market losing 90% are slim. Sure, it happened during the Great Depression, and it's possible it could happen again. But the point is that's basically every company in the U.S. market and even some international companies, thousands, 3,000, 4,000 companies. So you're buying a piece of all of them. With Bitcoin, that's just not the case. It's like buying one stock, so to speak. Anything could happen to that. All right. So the point I'm getting at is I drew the levels last year, and I basically said right around this area, 30,000 right there, is the support area. And if we break that area, there's a lot of room to go lower. And in this case, go lower down to probably 15,000, 14,000, maybe even as low as 10,000. Okay. And we're in a tough spot in the economy right here in 2022. Inflation is rampant. Okay. On top of that, the real estate market's pulling back. Gas prices are crazy. Everything's expensive. And guess what? It's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everywhere I go, someone goes, yeah, now that we're in a recession. Even if they're successful and they haven't felt the recession, they're saying, oh, yeah, we're in a recession or we're going to be. So it's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy as well as it being actually fundamentally true. Okay. So now Bitcoin is all the way down here, and it may bounce, and the truth is it's probably a good chance it bounces back to 30,000 and then it falls again. Because when you look at a technical chart, what was the floor becomes the ceiling, right? So the ceiling becomes the floor becomes the ceiling. Well, 30,000 was the floor on Bitcoin before. It was, and it moved up, pulled back, bounced, and now that it's below 30,000 right here, on the way back up, this floor will now become the ceiling. So where buyers used to step up, sellers will likely step up before. Now, to be clear, this is just a market cycle. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. This isn't anything against Bitcoin. And that's the beauty of reading charts. You can erase that this is Bitcoin. You can make it any stock in the entire market. I don't care. I'm just looking at the market. It's below its weekly 200 period moving average. It's below support by a lot. It's got a lot more room to drop. Things going forward in the economy don't look so great over the next 12 to 24 months. So what do you think is going to happen with Bitcoin? It's probably going to go lower. Again, it's below support. It's below the 200 period moving average, and the general economy is not that great. Okay, which means people have less money to invest in the markets. So don't get all egotistical about this. It's just like, Gecko and Wall Street. It's not personal. It's just business. It's just a chart. Okay? Don't tell the chart what you think. Let the chart speak to you. You got 2 ears for that. Okay? Don't tell the chart what you think. The chart is. The chart is what it is. And when you look at the chart, 30,000 was the support area. Plain and simple. It's below that now. It's below the 200. It may bounce back up. Heck, it may even bounce to 40,000 before it falls again. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that 5 or 10 years from now, Bitcoin might not be at 100,000. I really don't know where it's going to be. No one knows the future. I am reading the chart. And this is why you never put more than 10% of your money in anything. And honestly, 10% is a huge amount of money. If you were investing in one stock, I'd tell you never to put more than 1 or 2% into that stock. Now, I get it, guys. I'm not foolish. I have friends that went all in on Tesla and made millions of dollars. I know people that made millions in Bitcoin. It happens, but it's not the norm. And you are not that person. Okay? So be very smart with your money. Look at the chart, read the chart, learn the chart. Who cares what they say on CNBC? Who cares what they say on Fox Business? Who cares what Maria Bartiromo thinks or says? Who cares what Jim Cramer thinks or says? Who cares what the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, says? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Who cares what Ray Dalio says? They don't know. They're guessing just as well as you are. Now, they might be a little bit better at guessing because perhaps they're smarter, they have more experience, but they don't know for sure. So I'm telling you I don't know, but I am telling you what the chart is telling me. I'm reading the chart objectively, and the chart looks lower. Period. It looks lower. It will bounce and then go lower and then bounce and then go lower. This is a stage 4 downtrend, right? You have this little inverse head and shoulders, and that is it. It's over. Now, that doesn't mean it can't bust back out from a stage 4 into a stage 1 and go back into a stage 2 and hit 200,000. It could. All right? But I have a feeling you're going to be a little bit more apt to listen to me this time because now your head's in the sand. And what happens? Misery loves company. See, when you're high and fly, you're flying high, right? You don't seek out advice because you know it all. But when you're down in the dumps, now you're looking for anyone you can talk to give you advice. I know how it works. I get emails from hundreds of them a day. Okay? So now that it's down and you're down on your account and you've lost a lot of money, now you're actually going to pay attention to it. And the first thing you're thinking is, well, should I cost average this into the ground? I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't. If it was a total market fund like VOO or VTI, I would, because that's likely going to come back. This probably will too. It'll probably bounce back up. To what level? I really don't know. So I hope that you guys learned something from these videos. I'm not trying to be rude or arrogant or mean. It's just amazing. There's like a cult following for Bitcoin. It's nothing personal, people. It's nothing personal, okay? I don't have a cult following for any investment or any stock I do. It's just business. So push that aside. Push your ego aside. Lock it in the closet. And learn to invest and trade with common sense and objectivity. Okay? So I hope you'll do that going forward in the future. And you know what? 1 year from now, we'll revisit this video. Where will it be 1 year? I really don't know. But in the short term, the next 3 to 6 months, it looks lower to me. Personally, it looks lower. We'll have to wait and see, though.
So again, to recap quickly, yes, you can buy some Bitcoin here and now. That's fine. Expect lower prices, okay, before it bounces. Buy some on the way down, but never, ever put more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio into something that's this speculative. Don't kid yourself. It absolutely is it's utter speculation. I'm Jared Wesley of Live Traders. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Bitcoin. If you have questions, you can shoot me an email at jared@livetraders.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, the like button, the click notifications. I'll see you guys again next time.